Dr. Basalirwa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are happy every time you join us to come and learn with us so that you can go back and improve your business. And then, of course, I want to thank you for the contribution you're making to this country through your business. As a center, we are committed to continuously holding these conversations because we believe that a thriving economy is what will take Uganda ahead. And as we start the session, I would like for us to reflect on that topic, where we have a guest speaker sharing with us on surviving the global village through the internet and media. And as we start, I want us to remember COVID-19, the year 2020, when COVID-19 hit, the entire world shut down, borders were closed, markets closed, shops closed. And I remember we had a number of businesses suffer from the pandemic, and very few actually thrived during that period. At the center, we engaged in a study supported by Makerere University Research Innovations Fund. We did a study, and I remember we did the study in Jinja and Gulu when we tried to understand what was happening to the micro, small, and medium enterprises. And we were trying to understand what is it that made them resilient during this time? Because you recall that the shutdown was extended. And we actually found in a study that the difference was not the money that the businesses had. It was not connections, they were not lucky, but these businesses were very adaptable. The ones that survived are those that quickly learned to use internet, the ones that adopted technology to reach their customers when they could no longer reach them physically. We also found that some of them actually diversified, they were very flexible, and that's a key element of adaptability and resilience. So, COVID-19 changed everything. And today we talk about a global village because in today's market, we don't have any borders. In fact, somebody will stay here in Uganda and be able to promote their business across the borders. Somebody will be in Uganda, you'll be in your office, you'll be at home, and you order your products that you want. So I can tell you that we have a storm. We have a new storm after COVID-19 because the world is now borderless because of technology. And in this storm, quite a number of businesses are struggling to stay afloat. And it is very important that we continue to talk about how do we then survive the global village through the internet and media. And with us this morning is Dr. Ismael Nkambwe, who is going to be sharing with us on the topic. He holds a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship and small business management, and he also has an MBA in project management and from Makerere University, and the PhD in operations research is from the University of Dar es Salaam. He has served as a program coordinator for the Uganda Communications Commission e-Booster program, which is a nationwide project that identified SMEs, vetted their digital solutions, and advised on grant disbursement to help businesses employ technology in their operations. And that means he has seen firsthand which digital tools actually work for businesses like the ones that you're running. He has trained entrepreneurs under USAID, mentored women in business under UN Women, where he has also worked with youth and women under the EACOP oil pipeline route. This has something to do with the East African oil pipeline, with financial literacy and business planning skills. He has worked in villages, in towns, with government. He actually knows the Ugandan business environment. He has also published research on how Ugandan SMEs can go global and how ICT can bridge the digital divide for underserved communities. This means that he's not just going to be telling us things, he's actually going to tell us what he has studied it and he knows what works and he wants to share with us. So I would like to appreciate Dr. Ismael Nkambwe because he's also the head of department projects and small business management under the Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Small Business Management at MOBS. Dr. Nkambwe, you're very welcome to make a presentation. You have 30 minutes and then we shall have time for questions and answers. Thank you very much and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Associate Professor Diana, for the opportunity afforded to me to present or actually to share a short conversation with our colleagues on this platform, and also to see how our businesses can thrive or can survive in this digital village or global village, which is so much driven by the internet and the media. And in this conversation of today, I want us to share something small, and at the end of the day, I'm sure people will be able to appreciate how this the internet and the media has been able to drive businesses. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you today for this session, and thank you for logging in because it takes a lot of vigor to decide what to do at this particular moment. So, as they have introduced me, I'm Dr. Nkambwe Ismael, and I work with Mark University Business School for that case, and I've been in this game of business for several years, and to a certain extent, I've mastered the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, in simple terms, as Professor Diana has in her introductory remarks, she talked about the COVID-19 era. You know, the COVID-19 era changed almost everything on the global perspective. The way people think, or the way business people used to think, really changed. The way people used to do businesses also changed. And also the way customers used to behave also changed. So in such an environment which changed each and everything, also we as business people, we had to change the tune of the song to match the changes in the customer taste and preferences, and also generally in the business environment. That's why today I decided us to have a simple conversation about surviving the global village through the internet and the media. Ladies and gentlemen, today when you look at the business world is no longer the same as it used to be, let's say in the early 2000s. It has totally changed. It has totally changed, and what we used to be to call a market is no longer the real market of the early 2000s. It's totally a different thing. So when we talk about the global village, we as business people, we not only look at it on our side as producers or as business people who supply, but we also look at it in the perspective of the customers whom we have to serve our goods and services. So what do I mean in this perspective? We have to go an extra mile and put ourselves in the shoes of our customers and be able to think, or actually, and be able to anticipate how they think about us as business people. So in this conversation of today, I thought about starting to us to first of all appreciate the market. You know, in the early 2000s, we used to think that a market is a place where buyers and sellers meet. We used to think a market is a place. A place meaning that buyers and sellers during that time, in most cases, they had to meet physically and discuss business. But because the world has changed, because of the internet and the media, the market has shifted from that perspective of being a place, but to a platform which can be virtual in one way or the other. Because today, because of the global village, which has been driven by the internet and the media, you no longer need to travel, let's say to China, to go and meet the suppliers physically. What business people do, they sit here, or actually they identify what they want in the first place. Afterwards, that's the end of it. They always go ahead to meet the suppliers on the online, using the internet as a result of the internet and other media platforms which people have been able to use. So we as business people, if this is the tune of the song today, we have to be so much conversant. We have to be so much curious about how this song always changes its tune. Because, when you go ahead to look at how these businesses, or actually businesses operate in this global village, it's no longer the same way people used to think. It's the same way things are done today. Things have totally changed. Things have gone from one level to another level. So that means that even, let's say, just let's take an example. Before, businesses, let's say small businesses used not to need internet in their offices or at their locations. But today, because of the global village, if you don't have internet, you are doing nothing. It must be there. And the connectivity must be also of a higher speed. Because you may need something very fast and then you can't be able to connect, or actually to transact or to carry out, let's say, a meeting with your client because of the poor connectivity of the internet. So, ladies and gentlemen, in my thinking, I thought that we need also to understand what is this animal called a global village. In my perspective, I said that, or actually, I thought that a global village refers to that phenomena of increased global connectivity as a result of the spread, the widespread of media technologies. Today, as I said priorly, that when you look at the way businesses are operated, it's so much different from the way businesses used to operate, let's say 10 years back before COVID-19. Even the way people behave, even the way customers behave has totally changed. Because before COVID-19, these companies which provide these platforms, the amount of profits they used to make so much increased as people were being confined inside their houses. But communication houses or communication firms which provided internet were making a lot of profits, because people could not be there in their houses and leave out everything. They had also to look for the way to survive. So people used to communicate through the internet. And this revolutionized how businesses are done. So in the perspective of the global village, there ceased to be borders. There have ceased to be borders in regard to how businesses operate. Today, if let's say let's say just take a simple example. If you are a business, let's say in honey, you are processing honey, and because I've seen the various companies in Uganda, which are local companies processing honey, and they have tried to put honey to the next level. They have packed the honey very well, processed and packed it very well, and then put in different supermarkets. And also when you go to various websites, or some have even gone ahead to put up websites. Some have gone ahead also to market their products on social media handles, etc., etc. But such a business person has to put into consideration that he or she is no longer supplying, let's say, Uganda as a country. But because of the internet and various media platforms, the world has become that small village where you hold it in your phone. Yeah. You get your small phone, that gadget, which with internet, and you have the whole world. So if you want the same product, let's say from Dubai, you can get it here in Uganda. If you want the same product, let's say from Hong Kong, you can get it here in Uganda. So such a global village where businesses operate and compete on the same platform, business people have to work hard so as to be able to look at the various ways customers behave globally. The reason behind this is that, as I said, that you are no longer supplying or giving your product only to, let's say, to people in Kabale or people in Aroa, but you are supplying customers who are worldwide. Let me give you an example. All of us, we have traveled. When you test, let's say, honey in Uganda, which is processed in Uganda, and honey which is processed in Dubai, there is a slight difference in that taste. The taste can come as a result of the packaging in that perspective, the way how that honey, let's say in Uganda, is packed, and the way that honey, let's say in Dubai, is packed. You know, we are human beings. We work, our brains control how we think. And when you look at something, the sight tells your brain that this honey is real good compared to the other one. So we as business people in Uganda, we are connected to the global world, to the whole world as a market. So when you think about packaging your product, processing and packaging your product, don't think about only the market which is near you. Think about your market as the whole world, because you are competing on the same platform, which platform has been moved by the internet and the various media platforms. So, ladies and gentlemen, how has this global village been created? The global village has been created by the various media platforms. And these various media platforms, they have helped businesses to be able to communicate, advertise, and interact with their customers. You know, what is so much surprising is that these media platforms, they even go ahead to drive how people think, how customers think. If you decide, let's say, to advertise your product as a business person, you must think and rethink, refine and re-refine your message you are putting across on the social media. Let's say the kind of message you are putting on the Facebook. If you have a page on the Facebook, you must think and rethink, refine and refine the kind of message talking about or describing your product you are putting across on Facebook. Let's say on Instagram, on TikTok, on X. So these social media platforms, for instance, the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, they try to advertise and create brand awareness and create brand awareness. As well, some do customer engagement because I may see, let's say, your product on your page, or I may see your product maybe on Facebook, and I like it. Then when I like that product, I may go ahead and inbox you. So that is customer engagement. I inbox you and we start to communicate. Because you have created brand awareness that this is what I offer. This is what I have in stock. This is what I manufacture. So come and buy from me. So we as business people, if a customer goes that extra mile and decide, let's say, to inbox you, he or she has selected you out of the millions of suppliers who supply the same product. So you have to behave in that manner, which shows the customer or that potential customer is really a pressure for you as the supplier to get him, her, inbox you and to think about your product. We have seen various businesses or various business owners trying to put up videos or uploading videos on YouTube showing or describing their product. The mere fact that such videos are uploaded on the internet, on YouTube for that case, it shows that this kind of supplier or producer or business person is not only looking at people within his her locality, but is targeting the market worldwide. Also, traditionally, we used to see that we actually to watch television. We used to listen to radios and also to listen to newspapers. And those were the only avenues, most probably, to communicate or to engage customers or to communicate your message to different customers. But such avenues were short because sometimes some people could not get time to watch TVs. Among the audience today, you can testify that some of us, we take even a year without watching a TV. Why? Because of the time to watch TV is not there. People are always busy with various stuffs. Time you take, actually, there are also those ones who can take a year without reading a newspaper. You go on the stall and say, I'm buying New Vision, I'm buying Red Paper, I'm buying, let's say, Daily Monitor. It can take some people some time. Or even to listen to radio. Before, radios and TVs, I think even today it may be the same case. They used to advertise so much using peak hours or peak periods. And for them, peak periods on some, let's say for the TV, used to be after work when people are back home and then they watch news. As they watch news, then their start time immediately after news or before news, they could run various adverts to create the brand awareness, to inform customers that so as this and this is in place, come and buy from us. But today, because of the internet and various media platforms, that has been overtaken by time. Adverts can be run. Customers or potential customers can be engaged at any time. And business people always engage their customers and create brand awareness every time and then. That's why various organizations worldwide, they are looking at youth who can come up with new innovative ideas of how to engage or actually to bring businesses into the face of various customers. In that case, by so creating brand awareness. Because no one will buy from you if you don't spread the message about your product. We used to see when you are walking on the streets, we used to see some people standing on the roadsides giving out leaflets or flyers, and those flyers they used to talk about or actually to advertise various products. But because of the evolution of the media houses and the media and such is no longer so much appealing. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at all these media platforms, they haven't left the business world the same way. They have moved the business world where it was before to the next level. And that next level is what now we look at in terms of the global village. That if, let's say, you have a restaurant X somewhere, you should not be able to think that I'm supplying people of this locality. Anybody from anywhere can see your advert on the internet, let's say on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok or X, and then say, let me go and also test this kind of food because the way it looks like is real. It looks to be a very nice kind of food. So, colleagues, in that perspective, we are moving from one level to another. So as the world is moving very fast from one level to another, and so we as business people, we must move in the same direction. We may ask ourselves, yes, we are talking about the global village or the global market in that case. This global village or global market in this case, it has its own core features, which we as business people, we have to appreciate. And some of these is cross-border reach. They are no longer borders. Because if adverts are run on the internet, they are not specific to a given location, but they are across the border. Also, there is standardization and adoption. We as business people, as we supply our products and services, we are standardizing, basing on the customer tastes and preferences worldwide. As people's thinking change, we have also to change and adapt and standardize the quality of our products. And as well, technological integration. In this case, as we put up our products and services, we must look into the concept of technology and see that to what extent can this product which I'm putting across be able to be advertised using different kind of technologies. And as well, the global village or market is characterized by economic interdependence. In this case, if there is inflation here in Uganda, and we are exporting, or actually you as a business, you are exporting something to another market, which is outside Uganda, that inflation also affects the business to a certain extent. Today we have seen the various wars across the world, or in different locations of the world. But those wars have not stopped in the Middle East, or have not stopped in Ukraine and Russia, but they have crossed to us in terms of the cost of living, the cost of products. Yeah. Because of the global village, today we are looking at the way fuel has affected the cost of operating businesses. Because it does not, all those happenings don't stop there, but they cross over to the whole world. So economic interdependency is also that future which we always need to think or to put into consideration when we think about the global market or the global village, which we are operating in as business people. But as well, we have the intense competition. You know, because we are operating from different areas, or actually we're operating in our areas as, let's say, as businesses in Uganda, but we don't operate as standalone businesses. As I said, we operate on a continent which has so many players. So you as a business person in Uganda, how could you be able to stand this competition, which is too intense? And for the customers, or actually for our potential customers or consumers, for them, they go where there is a fair price as well as a quality product. So as we are in this global world or global village, we must think about the competition, because what you are producing today in Uganda is also produced in Kenya, it's also produced in Europe, it's also produced in Southern Asia, also produced in America and Southern America, and so on and so forth. And if somebody travels, let's say from Southern Asia, needs to come and comes to Uganda, needs to find the same product of the same quality and taste so as to be able to consume it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us pause, sit back, and see how we as business people, we can be able to fit into the global village so as to satisfy the market which is there for us, but which market is so much bombarded with so many products and services with various suppliers, improving the quality of their supplies every time and then. So what does this mean? It means that we as Ugandan business people, we should not be comfortable in our own cocoon and say maybe we are doing well. Not really. We must do continuous improvement so as to be able to match the market we are facing or we are supplying to. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we need also to look at because we have seen this global village, and the global village is so much dynamic and so much fearful, and like people are saying, how can we survive and what can we do? So, but we have also to come up with various strategies to survive in this global village. Which global village we're talking about through internet and the media. Yeah. So the strategies as business people, we can think about some of them, but there are very many. We need also, first of all, to understand our customers and competitors. Remember, I said, that we are operating in the same village, in the same marketplace, which may be physical or virtual. Still, the customer tastes and preferences are always changing every time and then. And for them, they will not tell you that now, Mr. X, now your product is no longer good. They will just jump out and go to the competitor. So in this perspective, we need to understand these customers very well. How do we understand our customers? We need always to do market research and keep our ears on the ground. We need to keep our ears on the ground and understand what these people are saying. Don't just go back home and produce your things, or in your business produce and supply. Keep your ear on the ground and get to know, what are these people thinking? What do they want? Are their tastes and preferences always are they changing? Yeah. But also, after understanding these customers, you need also to understand your competitors. You should not sit back and say, I know my customers are X and Y, and so this is it. But your competitors, because the competitors are not sleeping, they also want to get the market share you are enjoying. So they always jump out and see, so what is this person doing? So you need also to understand your competitors as a strategy to survive in the global village. But also, you need to be able to create a customer segment. Sometimes, yes, we are in the global village, but you find that you cannot supply or actually satisfy each and every person, each and every potential customer. You create a segment of customers. Which customers do you want to satisfy? If let's say you are in the fast food, because of the culture of various customers, you need to create a segment of those customers. That's why you find that when you look at McDonald's, when they went to India, they don't look at so much beef because the culture of the Indian is so much critical about the beef. Yeah. They may say you want to eat it to make us eat our gods because some people in India they worship cows. Yeah. So or they worship some of those animals. So they can say, oh wow, these people they want us to eat this. Hmm? When you look at let's say KFC, when they went to Nigeria, yes, when you look at the culture of Uganda, for us, yes, we eat rice but not so much. But KFC was forced to add also rice on the menu. There's a way they make it in Nigeria. They add the rice on the menu as one of their products. Yeah. Yet when you bring it in Uganda here, it may or may not work very well. So creating the customer segment is also very important. So also the other strategy is like how to use these various media platforms to market your product. It's also another strategy because a media platform X, for instance, Facebook, may work for a given product very well as compared to using, let's say, YouTube. Or X may be better for a given product W as compared to using Instagram. So you need also to get to understand which kind of strategy in terms of the media platform are you going to use in order to be able to survive in the global market. But as well, remember we said the customer taste and preferences always change. It's so much dynamic. Today, what people you think they need may not be the same as tomorrow. So you need to also to do continuous innovations in your products. As well, the mindset change in regard to differing cultures. We have talked about this. And lastly, but not the least, also you need to establish trust and reputation, good reputation. There is no business in this world which can survive without trust and reputation. That's why you find that if anything happens today regarding your business, everyone will say our reputation is being tarnished. Our trust, we are losing our trust because of X and Y. So how and what can we do to bring back our trust or not to tarnish our reputation for that case? So ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the strategies businesses have used to survive in the global village through internet and the media. But even though these survival strategies have been put across, but it's not a given that farms or business farms have been able to survive or actually to see things going through very, very, very smoothly because of the various challenges. Because of the various challenges these businesses face on everyday basis. Remember, we are saying that we are operating in the global village where the world is seen as the same. Customer also, we assume that they have their tastes and preferences change in the same manner. And the challenges in one area are the same challenges in the same area where you operate from. So some of these challenges, like the cultural differences, yes, we are in the global village, but people's cultures still survive, and they drive to a certain extent their tastes and preferences. So the culture of people in Uganda regarding, let's say, taking fast food may not be so good compared, let's say, to people in Kenya. Because here in Uganda, sometimes we used to know when you were growing up, if you were to eat food, you go and eat food from home. If you were to eat food, let's say if you are coming from a well-off family, you go to a hotel, but not these fast food restaurants or shops we see every time and then, now which are so much rampant everywhere you go. Yeah, because today, for instance, if you go to, you can every, let's say, 10 kilometers, you can, if 10, maybe no, even many, you can see a KFC, you can see, let's say, CJ, you can see, and other fast food shops. So in this case, the cultural differences, we as business people, we must always think about it and see how we can suit ourselves or our businesses or our products in the cultural
Hello,
dynamicity.
this
Yes,
is
please.
Dr. Edith, your host. I propose that you finalize in the next 3 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Edith. So also the other challenge is the internet costs and connectivity. We have seen this in Uganda. The cost of internet is so much high, and in most cases the connectivity is not so good. Yeah, that's also has been a challenge for these businesses to survive. Also, the quality of goods and services. Sometimes, yes, as business people, we tried our better, our best to see to it that we improve the quality of goods and services. But sometimes we run short of technology, which sometimes of that case, or because we don't have the technical know-how of doing it better than others. So it may also be another challenge which we face to survive in this global village. And also the tastes and preferences of customers, which we've talked about, but also the online fraud is so much rampant today. The online fraud is so much rampant today that you may wish to order for something, but at the end of the day, you end up being conned and you lose your money. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a good audience and listening to me. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Edith.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ismael Nkambwe, for a great presentation that you've made on the very important topic of surviving the global village through internet and media. Thank you for you've notified us what the global market is. You have notified us the reason why it has become a global market and the differences we should accept, because now it is no longer just a physical place, but it is the global market. And you've also told us that we hold the world in our small phones, and that is the issues of developments in the global village. You've also notified us about the different about the media and how it has progressed. You've given us issues concerning features of the global market, issues of standardization and adaptation, cross-border reach, technological integration. You have also taken us through some of the strategies that need to be used to be able to survive in the global village, but we need to be aware of the challenges. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for your for accepting amidst your busy schedule. Thank you for finding time to come and talk to the entrepreneurs so that we can be able to learn as far as this is concerned. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Nkambwe is our own. He is a senior lecturer in the faculty. He has studied there, he has grown there, and we've seen him develop through the different aspects that he's doing. So we appreciate you, Dr. Nkambwe. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to progress, and I would like to invite Mr. Onwen Andrew to guide Q&A.
Thank you so much, Dr. Edith. Thank you so much, Dr. Ismael, for that great presentation. So we're going to do the Q&A, and we can type our questions on the chat or on the Q&A section, or we can raise our electronic hand if you have any question. We have a question here from Nsimbi Akram. Maybe Dr. Ismail would note them, and then you answer them at once because of time. So he's saying, thank you, Doctor, for the fabulous presentation. What framework do you recommend for small or medium businesses entering international markets online without getting overwhelmed by global competitors? That question is coming in from Nsimbi Akram. And then another question is coming in from me. Doctor, we have seen recently a lady who lost her job. She was working in Bahrain at Maja Space. It's a one-stop coffee store, and they also deal in beauty products. She's called Benita, a very critical Nope person. And Nope, she posted a video where she was criticizing Bobby Wine and Nope. And these people started an online campaign on the company's company's platforms. And eventually the company, Macha Space, fired her. So my question, Doctor, is what are some of the biggest risks businesses face on the internet today? And then the other question, how can a business build trust with audiences they have just met online? I think, Doctor, you could respond to that as we wait for others coming in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. You know, in most cases, when you look at, let's say, as we say that we live in a global village, you can imagine someone who is working, you said in Bahrain, and then post something political and criticize someone, and then you end up being fired. You know, in most cases, there's something people don't understand. Before, we people used to think that information doesn't move very fast because there used to be what we called information asymmetry. But today, whatever you say today here, now it's 56 minutes past 7. In the next 1 minute, it can be globally seen. So what I advise, let's say, we people are in the business world, you need always to be careful regarding whatever word you utter out, whatever you publish on your media handle, because people who are going to get that information are really so many, and it may tarnish your name, and it may cause negative implications on your site. Like so we were saying, how can I build trust? You know, people have built trust by the online. Like for instance, there are things personally. Me, I didn't know that you can be able to be in my home and I buy shoes. If I order first time and then I order, let's say shoes, I see a pair of shoes which is nice, then we engage and say this is the size and this is what I want, then I order it and you deliver it to me. Then next time, if let's say I spend, let's say 200,000 or 300,000 to buy that pair of shoes, next time I may say, those 3 pairs are nice. Can I get them? That is now, if they each is 300 or 350, that is $1 million plus. That is slowly by slowly we are building the trust. So somebody talked about the framework people they can use to enter the international market, the SMEs to enter the international market. You know, the international market, we are the SME owners in most cases. Like as we said, like as I said during my presentation, you have first of all to understand this kind of market and which kind of customers are going to look for. Yeah, make a thorough research about it and be able to enter this market. Because if you are not aware of the kind of market you're going to enter into, you cannot survive there. But first of all, get to know the market, the customers, and how or which media platforms are you going to use, and then go ahead to enter the market. Thank you so much.
Doctor, allow me just take one last question.
Yes.
in the next 1 minute. It's coming in from Fiona. For a coffee farmer who is new, a new one, how does it apply using online? A lot of competition is now. I think she's concerned about the coffee farmers. How do they do it online because of the competition? Maybe you could respond to that, and then we close Q&A.
In most cases, every product which you offer on the market has customers. Then for you are talking about coffee farmers. Do you know how it is today in that coffee sector? People are reaping a lot from their farms. And it's all about getting to know which kind of buyers to approach, to talk to, and then you get there. Or now there's this the Uganda Cooperative Alliance. For it has various circles, and some people they are within their circles, and they go ahead to sell their products up to when they get to the right thing, the right buyers. So there are various ways how they have done it, but if you are as an independent person, let's say situated somewhere, and you want to penetrate this global market, yes, have the good beans, coffee beans, processed very well, advertise them. I'm sure people will come and buy from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ismael. I also want to invite you to read some of the interesting comments on the chat. There are comments from Sheila Kasujakaro. There are comments from Siraje. There are comments from Ekongo, Michael Ekongot, James Babumba. Thank you so much, everyone, for those comments coming in. Members, allow me close Q&A here. Back to you, Dr. Edith.
Hello, thank you so much, Mr. Ongwen Andrew, for managing the Q&A very well. I would like also to add my voice to appreciate our very own Dr. Ismael Nkambwe for the extra interaction you've had with our participants when they ask more questions and give comments on the presentation. I'm sure that everybody who is logged on this morning has learned a lot from the presentation. And I think this has prepared us well to adjust our mindset, to fine-tune our mindset to see how best we can fit in the global village. Because there is no business that is not affected by the issues Dr. Nkambwe has talked about. And we appreciate he has given us strategies of how we can survive. He has created awareness of the challenges that we have. And now we can be able to progress better as we operate our businesses. We'd like to appreciate you, Dr. Nkambwe, once again. I would like to appreciate everybody who logged on this morning. And the promise that Dr. Nkambwe, we are going to invite you again to come and talk to us over other issues. I'd like to appreciate everybody who logged on this morning. And also wish you all the best as you implement what we have learned in today's session. I can see very many people logged on this morning. I recognize Madam Deborah Basakanacho, Headmistress of Wanyange Girls School in Jinja. Thank you for always logging on. And many other members who are logged on this morning, we appreciate you. Thank you for finding time in your busy schedule to come and attend this session. I would like to remind you that next week, same time, we'll be having another session running. I wish you all the best. Have a blessed Thursday, and bye-bye for now.
You gotta get up. You gotta get up and make a move. 'Cause the world will never see you until you do. really care what you're going through. So you gotta show 'em, baby. You gotta show 'em the real you. You gotta give 'em what you've got. No, don't let them see what you're not, 'cause you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. What do you do when you can't let go? What do you say when you just don't know how you feel? And you know nobody knows how you feel, 'cause everybody's got their own damn problem. So everybody's trying to find their way, and day by day is a struggle. In this world, you know you have to hustle. Just know that you're not alone. You don't always have to be strong all by yourself. I said it's okay to ask for help. Now listen, people will find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you. People will find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you. You are a work of art. Bet you didn't think you'd come this far. Now here you are. Baby, you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you.